Just waiting. Waiting for people to find me again. Maybe. Stop, guys. Please. Okay, there we go. Is that better? Is it better now? Please say it's better. Guys, be nice, please. Be nice. Hello, baby. Hopefully that's better. We're gonna go with the fact that it is. We're just gonna pretend like it is, okay? All right. Hi, monkey. Hi, Andrea. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate it, sweetie. Okay, so. Sorry, I'm having an ice chip attack tonight. So we are just talking about what Christina wrote and why we have such high volume of loss of kittens, and to give you guys more of an idea of how many kittens are actually being lost. It seems like a lot, I know, but let's just talk about this a little bit. So what we left off, we were talking about congenital defects, things like that. And she even says in there that the kitten lady had a video where they did necropsies, which is an autopsy on animals, on a whole litter of kittens, only to find out that they all passed from congenital defects that couldn't have been helped. And these are things that happen when you bring cats in from outdoors. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how far the inbreeding might be. You don't know what kind of things they've been exposed to. You're back. I'm so glad. Yay! The more inbred a kitten, the more inbred a colony, the more that this can happen. I found you. Yay, Kelly. I'm so proud of you, girl. We've had kittens with liver shunts, extremely enlarged kidneys or other organs, underdeveloped organs. She said, I've had a kitten who was born with a grade 6 heart murmur. Hang on, I gotta see something. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have to get my cord for my laptop. Excuse me. Which is the worst grade there is. You could hear and feel his heart thrilling without a stethoscope. He only lived for 6 months of age, then his heart had grown too large to fit inside his chest, and he went into heart failure. And you can only do what you can do. There's also the injuries, which brings us back to, remember Little Plus? Little Plus had that bite injury. These are things that can happen when moms and moms are fighting over litters with other moms, or when tomcats decide that they've had enough of waiting for moms to be done breastfeeding, so they go and they attack the kittens and kill the kittens so that moms will stop lactating, and then they will go into heat again, because that's how that happens. So there's so many things that go on. There's other things that go on. Hi, Lori. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're happy with this video, because listen, there's been so many questions, and again, I want to reiterate. Hi, Angela. How you doing, honey? I want to reiterate. I am not mad at somebody for asking me the question of, hey, why are your kittens dying? Because I'm just going to be real with you. If I was the viewer and I didn't know this person from Adam who was on this TV screen, and all I saw was them posting loss after loss after loss, I would, in my mind, I'm not joking, I'm going to be honest, in my mind, I would be like, but what's going on? Why are you losing so many? Maybe you shouldn't have the kittens if you're not able to keep them alive. I would have questions. That's legit. That is completely fair, and I 100% am okay with that question. I'm not okay with somebody passing judgment. I'm not okay with somebody being rude. I'm not okay with somebody accusing me of something. I am fine with somebody asking a question. 100% fine with somebody asking a question. And like I said, so, that person just simply asked a question. And I 100% understand that question. So basically what this boils down to is, so when you look at us and see a bunch of kittens passing, just know it's because we foster way more than the average person. So our Humane Society here, if you're a foster for our Humane Society, you are only allowed to have 1 litter of kittens at a time. That's it. You're not allowed to have multiple litters of kittens in your house at one time. That's the sad part about kittens. It's a high mortality rate. It legitimately is. Yes, and Furball Farm gets those questions as well. I 100% understand that. So, if I was just a foster for, say, the Humane Society, I would only have one litter of kittens, and that's generally what people do. If you're going to be a kitten foster, you're going to get one litter of kittens at a time, and they are most likely already going to be vetted, at least to some degree, so they're going to be, for the most part, healthy, and you're not going to be a person that has to deal with that kind of loss. Once in a while you do, but not very often. We're not those fosters. We are the high capacity fosters, high volume fosters, and we've got multiple litters of kittens at one time, and these kittens are coming straight from TNR situations where we've found a mom that needs to be TNR'd. She's either in labor or close to it, and nobody will do a spay abort at that point, so we have no choice but to just let her have the kittens and then figure out what to do from there, and that's what we end up with. And so unfortunately we end up with sick kittens that we literally can only do the best for. We do not do 1 or 2 litters a year. We do high capacity. The goal is not to have them forever. The goal is to bring them in from outdoors and move them to another foster, but we have no fosters. So we either leave them outside to all die, mostly, or we bring them inside and try all we can, even if it's crowded. So we are working with vets, the rescue, the medical team. This side of things is called shelter medicine. And it has its own specific research and protocols because, yes, it is stressful for them to take turns out and be in pens, but at least with me and Christina, we also have spaces they can come out and play. In a shelter, they get pens about the size of the, you know how we have those pens for the kitties right now? We have the big pen and then the little pen where the litter box goes. Most of the time in the shelter, they're going to get a pen the size of that litter box pen. And that's it. So Christina's whole point was I ask before anyone judges or is mean, just keep these things in mind. And Christina, I just want to say I really appreciate you going to all the trouble for all that information for everybody so people can be informed and aware, because I think that might help answer some questions that people might have, which I think the questions are completely fair and valid. So that's that. Anywho, that was one of the biggest things. Okay, now we're going to get into what happened with Sladia. Okay, so here's what's happening for me. I'm getting to the point where I'm able to spot a problem. Hi, Christina. I just got done reading all that stuff. I'm really glad that you wrote that because it was really helpful. Thank you, honey. So I'm getting to the point now where I can start to spot when things are trouble, when things are going wrong, when things are not looking good. Given what's happened in the last 2 weeks, I noticed the other day that, I just saw Sladia and I just went, she's just not gaining weight. She's, I'm watching Sargia get bigger and bigger and bigger, and Sladia's just staying that same size. And even though she was showing no signs of sickness, she was completely rambunctious and healthy and happy and running around and meowing and all that other stuff. I don't trust that because I've seen that already in a couple kittens in the last 2 weeks, and it's a ruse. It's like a rally and crash. They don't show signs. It's like they're not sick until they are, and that's just all there is to that. So I was watching her, and that's when I started grabbing her and going, okay, I'm gonna start weighing her because I want to really keep an eye on her weight and see what's going on and see what's happening, because that's my other gauge now, is watching their weight and see what happens. When it starts going down, no matter what I do, I know that we're going downhill, and that's just how that's gonna be. So I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming for at least 24 hours. Yesterday I had this feeling all day. I actually considered sleeping on the couch last night just so I could be next to their pen, because this right here was their pen. It's still Sargia's pen, but I have them in here because they are so tiny, they are so little, and I just want to be able to keep an extra eye on them. And they don't really belong with the bigger kittens right now, nor do I want them with the bigger kittens, especially with what's going on, the sicknesses. I don't want them getting it because they are so little. But so I did think about sleeping on the couch last night, but I was like, we should have done a dual stream. Yeah, we should have. You're not wrong. So last night I was sitting here, I was like, and it doesn't matter if I sleep on the couch or if I sleep in the bedroom. It really doesn't, because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and it doesn't matter because I'm gonna be sleeping. About 2:30 this morning, I got up, I walked out here, turned on the light to check on them, and both of them were sitting at the door, just wide awake and looking at me like, "What's up? Is it time to get up yet?" And I'm like, "Okay, just making sure you guys are okay. I'm going back to bed. Hey, be nice, guys, please." So I went back to bed. Got up at 4:30, so 2 hours later. And when I came out here, Sargia was sitting at the door, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, but Sladia was laying in that position that you know that's not a kitten laying down, just comfy, relaxing position. It's a, we're not doing good position. So I ran over, hi Flare Bear, you wanna say hi? You wanna say hi to your mom? Okay, say hello. Say hello, Mom. Look at, I'm doing so good, I'm a good boy. Look at me, yay! Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom, I miss you, I love you. Yes, exactly, Andre. See, you see, and I wasn't sure if anybody else has noticed, would pick up on that, but yes, she was just sitting a lot. She wasn't getting up, she wasn't playing like she was before. So I came out here and I immediately dropped what I was doing because I was about to start feeding everybody, but I was like, nope, everybody can wait. Everybody will be just fine for a few minutes. So I came out here and I grabbed her out of there and I saw that we were already end stage. End stage was coming. So I grabbed her blanket and I very nicely wrapped her up and swaddled her, and I just walked around the house with her and I fed everybody and I took her with me, and because I knew there was nothing I could do at that point. There's literally nothing I can do except for just be there for her, just make sure that I'm holding her, make sure that she knows that she's not alone, and comfort her as much as I possibly can. And so it took about 2 hours. It took about 2 hours for her to pass, but she passed in my arms and she passed peacefully, and she knew she was loved and she was comfortable and she was warm and she was taken care of and she was safe. And here's where I've gotten with this. I've gotten to the point where I know going into a litter, I know when I pull, listen, I know Sladia and Sargia were a very, very difficult pull and a very difficult rescue. I knew that the success rate of that was going to be low because we pulled them at 1 week. That was a difficult thing to take on, and I knew that, but I took it on anyways because I wanted them to have a chance. I'm really sorry for your loss. It's always so heartbreaking, but at least she was loved in her short time. No, she 100% was. 100% was loved and cared for and doted on, and she knew what it was like to be in a home and have a family. She definitely knew that. I made sure of it. Like I've said before, when cats come into my house, they don't come in as fosters. They don't come in as outsiders. They walk through my door, and they are now part of my house. I treat them the same way I treat my cats. I love them the way I love my cats. Why? Because they have to be socialized. They have to know how to function in a home with their caregiver, their mom and dad, and their siblings. So bringing them in, sticking them in a pen and going, not good enough, I'll just see them when I feed them, they're just fosters, I'm just here just giving them a place to stay. No, that's not how it should be. You prepare them for their life in a forever home. You prepare them to be loving and caring and nurturing. You prepare them to give their caregiver, their future home, a wonderful animal. You know, if you treat them like they're nothing, then they're not going to be warm and fuzzy and cute and cuddly. I treat them the way I treat my babies. They are all my babies. They walk through that door, and as long as they're in this house, they are all my babies, and I will treat them as such. I will play with them. I will love them. I will handle them. I will let them run around when they're healthy. Right now, they're very mad at me because they can't run around, but it's for their own good. So Sladia knew what it was like to be loved in a house where she belonged, and so that's just how that is. I knew it was going to be difficult, and I know there's going to be loss. But again, I want to explain to you guys that all total, from square one to now, I have taken it. What are you guys doing? And this includes the kitties that have already gone to their forever homes, because 3 of them have gone to their forever homes already. One's going to be going pretty soon, and a couple more. Anyways, if you all total them all up, I have gotten 17 kittens. All total have come into my house and been part of my house, and I have helped with, and we've lost 4. So we're sitting at a very good success rate. Yeah. I'm pretty proud of that. So Pete's Roll and Hot Pocket adopted. Yeah, Sarge is actually coming out here. He's actually heading out tomorrow morning, and he will be in town tomorrow night. And he will be out here for a few days, and he is going to be taking taking Hot Pocket and Pizza Roll home with him. So yes, he is adopting them, and he's shown interest in wanting to adopt Sargia when she's older and she gets bigger. And it's just to clear something up, Sarge. I know when you asked me earlier, um, uh, when you asked me earlier about Sargia, because it was a comment in a public space, I had to explain that, yeah, you can, but you have to wait, blah, 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 because I didn't want anybody getting the impression that they can just come in and just be like, hey, I want this cat, can I come get it? And then be like, well, so I wasn't trying to make it sound like you were too dumb to understand how the process works. I know you do, but I was just making it clear for anybody else that might have read that too. I didn't think about it until after I wrote it, and I'm like, okay, he probably thinks I'm just like, yeah. I want you to think I was just trying to be dumb about it. But yeah. So, anywho, what's the matter? Chill out, you okay? So you're gonna hear a lot of commotion behind me. I want to visit Columbia, Missouri. It's not a bad place, guys. It's really not. It's actually pretty cool. So you're gonna hear a lot of noise behind me because remember how I just said a little while ago that kittens can get sick just from being penned up too long and by themselves. So that can happen, and I noticed that everybody was getting kind of depressed upstairs. So I was noticing that, and I'm like, I don't need anybody else getting sick. I'm proud of you. You're doing really good on taking care of your babies. Thank you so much, Sherry. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's very good to hear that. That actually makes me feel very good, and I very, very much appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you for saying that. So I noticed they were getting kind of bummed out upstairs. It's hot up there, number one. Number two, there's not a lot of lighting. Hi, Barbara. How you doing, honey? Thank you for joining us. And so I didn't want to take a chance of them getting, doing that pen sickness thing. So I was like, all right, they still have to be in the pens, but at least if they're downstairs, they'll be a little more familiar, and they've got me and they've got the other kitties. They've got more to see, and they've got window seats. So I went through the room and I scrubbed and cleaned it again. I grabbed the kennels, brought them out on the front lawn, scrubbed and cleaned those again, made sure everything was sanitized one more time. And I moved the kittens down here. So now there is, in the front room, there is Chilla's in there, and she's running around on her own. And then there's two pens, one in each window, and one of them has the planets in it. And you really need a dang hose. I know I do. I do need a hose, because you know how hard it is to do this without a hose outside? I don't have an outdoor spigot, you guys. So I don't have a hose outside. So I'm doing all this with like buckets of water and stuff like that. It's just a pain. But I'm doing it. Yeah, I feel like Little House on the Prairie when I'm doing this. I'm like getting buckets of water and whatever. I'm just like, there's a better way to do this, and I know it. But yeah, so I brought them down here so they each have a window seat. The planets are in one pen, and then Miracle, Pizza Roll, and Hot Pocket are in the other pen. And then, like I said, Chilla's running around the floor. And so everybody is comfortable in there. Everybody's happy in there. Everybody's safe in there. And I have 2 pairs of shoes, 1 pair of shoes for going in, 1 pair of shoes for out here, and I've been following Christina's advice, so every time I go in that room to do anything like feed them, because they instantly want to climb on me, I have just been going in there, doing what I've got to do, walking out, going straight back to my room, taking those clothes off, putting different clothes on. I've got hand sanitizer around the house so that I can sanitize my hands every time I touch the kittens or handle anything in that room, and yeah. It's been a pain. It's been hard, but I'm doing it. Your house isn't real if it doesn't have an outdoor spigot. That's what I'm saying. My house is a fake house. It's not even fair. Dang it. But yeah, I don't have an outdoor spigot. It sucks, but whatever. So now, the next mission I gotta do is now the upstairs. I gotta get the remaining pen out of there, get that outside, get that cleaned, scrubbed out, sanitized. Oh no, there's 2 more pens up there. I also have to Lori, it takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing to save these kittens, plus take care of your 20. I could never do it before we're going out. I'm not going to say that I'm not tired sometimes, because I am. I most certainly am sometimes. but not so much to where I can't deal with what I got to deal with. Now, trust me when I say if it got to a point where I was struggling hugely to take care of everybody and anybody was starting to fall, I would 100% call Christina and be like, Christina, I need help. I need help because these kittens are going to suffer because I just can't handle this. I would literally be calling for help. There's no way. I am not so proud of a person that I would put them at risk just because I don't want to ask for it. No, I'm not too proud to ask for help. I will do that 100%. To make sure they're okay, I will. Yeah. But anyway, so upstairs now, I still have to go up there and I have to get the remaining pens out of there. I have to clean up there. I have to sanitize up there. I have to spray up there. I have got so much to do up there now before I can do anything else. So now the flooring is going to be put on hold because I literally can't do that yet. Are you sure those metal ones on your list will work? Because it said for Midwest here and it had frequently returned on it. So I was wondering, are the metal ones? So Christina's the one that picked out those trays. If you're talking about the metal ones that go into the pens, yes. Christina knows which ones. Anything I put on there, things like that, I have gotten from Christina because she has had to, because she's had to get them. So those are the exact ones that she got. So yes, those are the ones. Those metal ones are way better. Yeah, they work, and we have the same crate. Yeah, we have the same exact crate. So like the crates I have, I put those on my wish list because Christina is the one that picked them out. She's the one that found them for me because they're the same ones she has. So yes, now those slide trays are the same exact ones that fit in hers, and will go into these. But yeah, scrubbing the plastic ones are not fun. Yeah, no, thank you for double checking with that, Angela. I'm glad you listen, Angela. You guys are great at picking those things out because sometimes, yeah, I can't need more cardboard. Honestly, I like I said, I've been keeping an eye on the Amazon wish list. I've been updating it as needed. I think the biggest thing right now, again, I'm going to be real with you. I am going to be taking a break as soon as all these guys are gone. As soon as all these guys are gone. Now, barring something very, very like emergency wise, if an emergency situation came up, like say Christina all of a sudden had some emergency situation come up with hers, and there was somebody that needed to either be moved out of hers so that she could take on an emergency medical case, I'm just going to let you know. Yes, I'm taking a break after these guys are gone because I need some time to reset. Not just my house, but my mental health as well. That does not mean, now just so you know, let's just say Christina's got some kitties in her house that she's got stabilized and they're doing good. Suddenly, a huge emergency medical case comes in. She needs the space for that emergency medical situation, and there are a couple kittens that need a home because we don't have a foster available. Yes, in that situation, I will 100% take exception and be like, no, then I will take those kittens. I will help her out wherever she needs me to help her. Because I know that in those situations, she is not going to just hand them to me and be like, here you go, yay. So I know that I'll have support in that. But yes, if a situation came up where I was needed, I would definitely help. But for the most part, I'm going to be taking a break. So I would like to get a few things off that wish list before I get back into it. And that means like the kitty towers, those are pretty important because they're cleanable. No, honey. The metal trays are important because those are a lot easier to be cleaned. I'd have to look at the wish list again, but I will make sure that I am. Is there ever not a kitten season? Yes. Winter time. So kitten season more or less refers to just the point in time in the year when there's just an explode, like a baby boom almost. It tends to die down in the winter. Now there's some areas where it's so nice in the weather all winter or all year long that they just kind of have kitten season all year long. I will tell you like the difference from Minnesota down to here. We don't have kitten population problems in the winter in Minnesota, obviously, because they don't have kittens, and if they do have kittens, they don't survive. It's too cold outside. That's just not how that works. So in Minnesota, we don't have kitten population problems over the winter. But I'll tell you what, as soon as the warm weather hits, that's what happens in Minnesota. It's a baby boom like you wouldn't believe. It's like all of a sudden goes from nothing to just hundreds at one time. Down here in Missouri, it's a little less severe going into the kitten season because it's nicer in the winter time. It's still cold, but not as drastically cold, so they can still procreate and still have babies. But yeah, so wintertime is usually the time of year when it slows down a little bit depending on where you live. So it is going to be locational. So to answer that question, yeah. And I forgot what I was talking about because my brain just doesn't work. Oh, you said so Greta moved on to her new college in another state, and so she is no longer in Missouri, but she's moved on to finish her schooling and her education, and as far as I know, she's doing great. As far as Chilla's concerned, Chilla's doing fine. Chilla's been a little under the weather. I think she kind of got a bug a little bit from the other kitties, but we're trying to kind of get her healthy again. Everybody in there has already been medicated, and everybody in there is either on antibiotics or just finished antibiotics. So even if she does have a little bit of a cold, it won't affect the kittens. But she does have a little bit of a cold and a little bit of respiratory stuff, but she's fine right now. She's doing really good. She's really loud and obnoxious. Hi, Janae. Is it Janae? Listen, I'm just going to ask, is it Janae? Just say yes or no. If it's no, then I'll just guess another way until we figure it out. I want to make sure I know what it is. Hello, you little peanut. Look at this little bitty peanut. Look at her. Well, look at this. I know, meow, meow, meow. I know, little meow, meow, meow. Hello, little meow, meow, meow. She's so cute. Oh my God, she's so cute. Purr. Yeah, she may or may not. We'll talk about that when you get here. That's another thing. Yeah, we'll talk about that when you get here, and we'll discuss that. So be nice, Pebbles. Pebbles. Why don't you teach her how to do head bobs? Don't look at her mean. Teach her how to do head bobs. Be a good girl. Peebles, be nice. Come on, Sardia. Come on, fucking. Anyways, guys. So like I said, I wanted to get in here. Hey, 80 degrees and humid here in Massachusetts. How is it in Missouri? So it's actually not too bad right now. It's pretty tolerable today. Like I was just out because I went over to Christina's because we obviously we had to bring some babies out to their final resting place or their final destination. No, that doesn't sound right. The next leg of their journey. We had to bring them out to the place that takes care of those things. Yeah. So we had to drop some. Me and Christina went and did that. We dropped them off to have their remains taken care of, and then we went out and got something to eat and whatever. And so I've actually spent quite a bit of time outside tonight, and it's not too bad here. It's actually pretty tolerable today. I do have to mow the backyard, and I don't want to, but I should probably do it tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I've got so much going on. I've got so much to do tomorrow that I'm going to see if I can get to the backyard. We'll see. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to get in here. I just wanted to talk about some things. I wanted to talk about Sladia. I wanted to explain to you guys, what happened. And like I said, I really haven't cried today, and I don't want anybody to think that that's because I don't care or whatever. It's because I'm just getting. I talked to Dawn one day, and Dawn said it's called rescue mode or rescue brain. When you can start actually like acclimating your brain to know how to deal with things. It's like survival skill, survival, coping, whatever. As I stated, I was watching the decline. I knew it was coming. Guys. I knew it was going to happen. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. So I guess I'm getting to the point now where, because I can recognize it ahead of time, I'm able to mentally prepare myself and just love them and snuggle them and cuddle them and everything and just do what I gotta do. And so when you expect it and you see it coming, it still hurts, but you're able to process it a little bit better. So I have to be here for the ones that are still here. There are a bunch of kitties still here that need my time and my attention, my love, my devotion, and we have way more successes than we have losses. Yeah. Kim, just slow down, take it easy down, and listen to some soothing music and relax. Listen when love the lighting. Oh, thanks. I'm like just sitting on my floor right in front of my window because I'm like, listen, I don't want a bunch of bright lights, thanks. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, and that's my little lamp back there with the candle. I love those things. My God, they work so good, you guys. If you didn't have to deal with all the emergency stuff there at home, I had made plans to bring power tools that backyard. Yeah, I know. I have so much emergency stuff. God, and I still got to figure out that stupid fence in the backyard at some point. I mean, the fence I could probably shift doing the fence. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So when Kelly gets down here, we plan on taking a day and going to the spa. And what I really want to do, I just want a spa day. I just want to go get a massage. That's all. I just want to go get a massage. The last time, like I said, the last time I got a massage, the only time I've ever gotten a massage was years and years ago. A friend of mine got me a gift certificate for a place, and so I got to go get an hour-long deep tissue massage, and it was great. It was phenomenal. But that's just not something I normally will spend money on. I just never do. So it's not something I've ever done besides that. So yeah, when Kelly gets here, at least one day we're gonna take and we're gonna find a place here locally, and we're gonna go just get a massage and just chill and relax. And I would love to do that. Your hair is looking really nice, growing fast. Oh, thank you so much. Look at you guys. It's so I can make little ponytails in my hair right now. I can make a little pigtail. I figured that out the other day. I sing in my head because I don't want the coyotes to think I'm one of them. Oh my God. Yeah, no, it'll be really nice to just get out of the house, away from everything in the house, and just go, just relax and just get a massage. That'd be awesome. That's really what I'm looking forward to that a lot. So, yeah, no worries. I'm gonna take care of. That's why I'm trying to do I'm just getting through these guys. And as soon as these guys are out of here, I'm going to just take a break for a few weeks and just take care of me, take care of my babies, and reset the house and reset my mind. Hi, Lexi. How you doing, honey? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here, hon. What was I going to say now? God, I was going to say something else. I don't remember what now. Anyways, like I said, I know I've been slacking on doing members-only streams. I thought this was a good one to do with you guys because it's behind the wall, so not everybody is in here listening to this conversation, because I know it's a very sensitive subject for a lot of people. Some people can't hear it. Some people don't want to hear it, which I completely get. Is it hot there? It's not too hot. It's still warm, but it's not too hot. Like if tomorrow is like today, then I should have no problem going out and mowing the backyard without like overheating. So it should be fine. It's not too bad. But yeah, no, I want to take care of myself because I want to be around. This is one of the reasons I quit smoking, you guys, because all of a sudden it dawned on me, I'm like, I'm really taking a chance with my health, and if anything happens to me, what's going to happen to the cats? And I've really got to start thinking about, my responsibilities here. So that's one of the reasons why I quit smoking. So yeah, I'm 100% behind the whole taking care of yourself so that you can continue going on to help them and be there for them. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Neck fan when you mow your lawn. Yes, Kelly, thank you. 100% neck fan. Yes. I'll grab the neck fan and go outside. I know where I was thinking about where the neck fan was. I just remember where it's still in my luggage because I brought it with out to Kansas City. Now I remember. What do you do? She plays peekaboo with me. I don't know if you guys can see her. Georgia. Not listening to me now. Hey. Hang on. Georgia. There you are. Peekaboo. What are you doing? Peekaboo. What you doing? Where's the key? Peekaboo. Where's Peekaboo? Peekaboo! Where's the kitty? Oh, Sarge, are you going? Are you go? Yes, go get some sleep, honey, and we'll let me know when you leave in the morning, and yeah, just keep me posted tomorrow. Yeah, she likes to play peekaboo over there. It's adorable. I love it so much. She cracks me up when she does that. She just sits there and stares at me, and then when I look at her, she like bows her head down and she's like, "Can't see me," and she's adorable. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here because I too have got to get some sleep and go to bed, and I'm gonna getting up early so that we can do coffee and cleanup in the morning. Coffee and cleanup in the morning, yay! So, you guys, yes, she's a calico. Yes. No, we're gonna be doing lots of videos this week. While Kelly's here, while Sarge is here, we will be doing videos. So yeah, no worry, you guys will get some videos from us, and so you guys get some stuff this week. Don't worry, Christine will be around too. So, anyways, guys, you guys have a nice night. Have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves, you guys, and I will see you guys in the morning. Okay? Thank you, guys. Love you guys. See you in the morning, guys. Bye.